It's a new environment for me, just like it is a lot of these other players. So I think it's just feeling it out.
John Heyman.
Hi, John Heyman from FanRag, MLB Network, and FAN. Some people have seen you play. Nobody's seen you play a lot, I guess, except for a couple of your friends. But some people have seen you play. Say your hitting might be a little bit ahead of your defense at this point. Is that natural because you've been taking BP and not really in game? Do you feel that's the case, and is that what you need to work on more than the hitting at this point?
I don't know. I think I'll probably try to work on everything as much as I can. I probably have taken more BP and T work than I have fielding, but I feel like, hopefully I'll just continue to work on everything and improve every area of my game.
You said you haven't played regularly since you were a junior in high school?
Yes, sir.
How much do you find the natural, muscle memory and just the things of being a baseball player coming back to you?
Oh, I feel like it comes back super fast. I don't feel like, when you watch it and you're around it and you're never that far away from, the sport, right? You'll play in a pickup softball game, or you'll do this, and obviously it's not at this level, but you're around the game. You can pick up certain things pretty fast, and they come back to you pretty fast.
Hey, Tim. Bob Nightingale, USA Today. In the clubhouse this morning, there's so many young guys in there. Did anybody do anything to embarrass you as far as ask for your autograph, or say, I remember you doing this at Florida?
It's just, sure, when you're getting to meet guys, they'll tell different stories, about the good old days, or, whatever, or, get a few pictures early on, but it's good. It's fun because you're trying to learn their background, where they're from, where they played college ball, or do they come right out of high school, and so just getting to know everybody and, kind of find the ties and the common ground, so.
Autographs too?
No, sir, not yet.
Tim, Chris Fisher, WTSP in Tampa. Talked to one of the players out there who said, with all this attention on you, not only, I'm sure you want to prove it to yourself, but is there something where you want to prove it to your teammates, to this Mets organization, that it was worth the investment? Well,
yeah, you always want to prove it, especially to the Mets organization and your teammates as you begin to work with them and train with them and begin to gain a respect for them and then a liking, and you become closer and closer. You always want to, do well for your teammates in the organization and Mr. Alderson and everybody that gave me a chance. And, you want to prove them right. You want to show them that it was the right decision.
Do you feel like it's difficult for them to be in this position as far as
difficult for who?
Your teammates out here in the Instructional League?
I'm not sure. I think it depends on who you are and how you look at it and your perspective, and I can't speak for anybody else, so I'll just, share my opinions on how I try to handle it.
Hi, Lisa with MILB.com. I was wondering, when was the seed planted? Are you just really a baseball player hidden in a football player's body? When did this all start? Was this a big league dream of yours when you were a kid? Oh, yeah. It was definitely
a dream of mine when I was a kid. Ever since I was young, and to be honest with you, I thought that I was probably going to play baseball for the majority of my life. And then when I was getting a little bit older in high school, and me and my family, and especially my parents, were talking baseball, football, we were going back and forth. My dad was always leaning more towards baseball. I think you should do baseball, and my mom's more education. And so being a Southern boy, you listen to mom just a little bit more. But it was tough. It was really hard. It was one of the hardest decisions of my life, to choose football over baseball. And there was a lot of times at Florida where I, thought about going out and starting baseball, and then over the course of the last few years, it's been something that I've thought about a bunch, and was never too far away from the game either.
So. Like a hidden dream, just.
It's something that I've loved, absolutely. Since my first sporting activity, I played for the White Sox at Normandy Baseball Park, and I've loved it, and didn't want to put down a bat since then, and it's fun putting on a uniform and picking another one up.
You said you're part of the Met family now. There was speculation that Patriots need a quarterback. You know the system. What if they called last night? You just said you're a baseball player now.
I got to play baseball tomorrow is what I told them.
Did they call?
No, sir. That's what I would have told him,
You
though.
were told. And have you given much thought about what minor league baseball is like, the bus rides, and, you know, the
Yes.
grind? I mean, are you ready for a year or two of that?
Yes, sir. I'm ready for that grind, and I embrace it. And I think it's funny that I think a lot of people, for some reason, think of my life like it's, I don't know, like that would be a harder part for me. Like, I mean, 2 months ago, I was in the Philippines for 3 weeks and taking bucket baths and riding on jeepneys and hiking mountains to get to villages that no one's been before. Like, it's okay. I can embrace a grind, and the bus won't be the hardest thing I've ever done in my life.
One thing was to be fortunate enough to, I guess to wear the blue and orange again, but how'd you end up getting?
Orange and blue.
Orange and blue, sorry. How'd you end up getting the number 15 again?
Honestly, when I showed up, it was just hanging up, and they said, "Is this okay?" And I said, "Heck yeah."
Can you just tell us what that trip was about? Was it a mission or something? To the Philippines?
Well, I have a hospital there and an orphanage that we help take care of kids, and so that's been something that I've been a part of. I was born in the Philippines. My parents are missionaries to the Philippines, so they've had an organization that has been helping people there since 1985, and my foundation has been ministering to people there for about the last 6 years, and it's just like a second home to me, where I love the people, and we just try to bring faith, hope, and love to as many people as we possibly can and as many needs as we can. So, whether that's through Timmy's Playroom, helping sick kids, or it's taking kids in the hospital, and it's all free for the kids. We take care of them. And, when I was 15 years old, I was there on one of my first mission trips, and I met a boy with his feet on backwards, and in a island where no visitor had ever been before, and they looked at him like he was a cursed kid. No one would touch him. And I remember meeting this kid and it changing my life, where I'm knowing, I want to be as good as I can at sports, but what I want to do with my life is fight for kids like this that they think are cursed because he was born with his feet on backwards. And now we get to pick kids up that are like Sherwin and carry them to the hospital, and they get to walk out, because we get to give them the medical care that they need, and not just medical care, but also spiritual healing and support and love as well. So that's what we're trying to do.
Tim, you're a 6'3", 255, I think 7% body fat. There aren't many baseball players like that. Have you given some thought maybe to whether you can carry that weight in baseball, and maybe whether you might concentrate less on the weights, or you're just going to remain the same?
Well, I think the program, I'm open to, I'm going to meet with the coaches and talk about the different programs and everything, but as far as carrying the weight, that's not a lot of weight for me to carry, and it wouldn't be that hard for me to even be heavier, so it's a very comfortable weight. I feel like it's easy for me to carry. It's not I have to work to get here at all. It's a very easy weight for me to maintain. So, obviously listen to advice and what people think, but just as far as my weight, I feel pretty good at it.
Tim, Christian Red from the Daily News. There's been some notable players that have played both football and baseball, one simultaneously, Bo Jackson and Deion Sanders. I wondered if you would reach out to them, or have they reached out to you? If you ever doing that?
I haven't touched base with them. I'd love to touch base with them at some point. I have talked to a lot of different players who have played this game at a very high level, and been blessed to just talk to them, get their advice about the process and everything, and so that has helped, but none of the two-way guys yet.
In the back? Yeah, Greg Gardner, Indian River Magazine. Are you living in Port St Lucie? Are you going to be living here, and what do you think of Port St Lucie?
For as much as I've seen so far, it's been great, and I'll be here as much as I need to be here. So I don't know if I'll be living here, but I'll be staying here as long as I need to.
Tim, what was your level of nerves this morning?
I don't know. I don't think it was that much. It definitely wasn't as much as the showcase, but I was probably more excited about this. So, I was looking forward to it. I was, excited to get out here and just be on a team and, go through practice and everything like that. And it was just fun. So I think I was more excited than I was nervous.
In the back there.
Does this have to be given the majors for you to consider it a success, or how do you do when it's all said and done that you work?
Well, I think I think it's all about perspective and how you define things. And for me, success is going to be defined by giving it everything I have and being the best I can be, and pursuing this with everything I have. And you know, it's a dream for me, and it's a blessing to be able to pursue that. And I think. You know, I'm excited about that pursuit. And, you know, you get that a lot, and people will try to define things, but what if you don't make it? Will that be failing? No. I mean, it's giving everything you have for something that you love, and you're pursuing it. And it's not being afraid to fail, per se, or fall flat on your face. And that's also something that I want to share with young people is, you know, you don't have to do what everybody else wants you to do and what they think is the right thing or the next step. You do what's on your heart, what you're passionate about. I mean, hopefully that's why y'all are doing what y'all are doing. Because y'all love writing or sharing stories, you know? Not because you were forced to go do it because you went to journalism school, because you love it, you know? Do what you're passionate about. And hopefully I can be a role model to young kids for that as well.
I know it's still really early, but what have you found the most challenging as far as just pure baseball goes so far? Like, is there anything that you're...
Figuring out, what do I take out? What's already out there? Do you bring a helmet? I was asking guys, like, what do we bring? Do you bring a bag out there? So just the whole routine.